like that, man. Come on.
All right, good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and I'm here with my co-host WD. WD, it's been a interesting week. So how you feeling, man, after all this stuff that we're going through right now?
I feel like we're pretty upset tonight. But yeah, man, I'm doing all right, man. I'm just ready to get it rolling. Let's get it cracking. I'm ready to roll. Let's go.
Okay, Who That Nation. I hope you guys are having a great week. I know on the football side of things, we had been getting much pleasant news, but we'll get into that. So basically, how the show gonna go tonight? We're gonna talk about some topics. We want to get you guys feedback in the comment section, and we will open the phone lines and get you guys thoughts on the stuff we talk about. We definitely want to get you guys thoughts on the Mike situation because that's the most important thing. You know, arguably really our best player. Could be traded. You know, if things are true, but we'll get into that. So that's how the show gonna go. So we can go ahead and get started. WD. Let's go ahead and hit on Patrick Robinson. Let's go ahead and give our thoughts on him. As you guys know, Who That Nation, he retired yesterday. First round draft pick that we got from us, and kind of up and down. I'll take his second half of his career over his first half, but it is what it is. He won two Super Bowls, won one with us, and then with the Philly won one. So WD, what's your thoughts on P. Rob's career with us, and do you
Oh
think?
well, I just want to say, I think anybody's gonna take that second half of his career over his first. We know how that first half was, especially with us. But yeah, I mean, for the most part of his career, he was injured. So he played. Even for us, he's very injured for the most part. I think, man, P. Rob, man, look, he got his ring with the Eagles, and I didn't even know he was the oldest one on the team. I thought that was Malcolm Jenkins, but he's clearly older than him. I think by a few months. But I could make a joke here and say, man, P. Rob, man, he was looking at the receivers, dog, and he saw Ken Crowley balling, and he's like, oh no, hell no, man, I got to get the hell up out here, man. Or it could have been making him just a strictly outside cornerback. I mean, that to me, that's still pretty questionable. But I mean, man, P. Rob, all I got to say is farewell, man, and I hope you had a satisfying career.
Right, that's an interesting point. Really won't get into much of that. Because he retired, but that's a good point you made. Was he happy with the role that he was possibly going to get? I mean, his second half he got put in the nickel, and that's where he really ate at is the nickel position. He stepped up for us a game or two last year, but the nickel that was really his bread and butter. So could that have been the case? I don't know, but he was getting first team reps opposite Lattimore, doing training camp. So that could be a reason. But it is what it is, man. He won two Super Bowl with us, and we just wish him the best. Wish him the best in his post, NFL career. So before we go on to the next topic, let's go ahead and get to this chat. We want to shout out the chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I
Shout
see
out
the
Chat.
OG Jerry Poor in the building,
Jerry.
and I see Raging Cajun said who that. And then we got the right from the Bahamas tuning in. Shout out to you, fam. Got B Con said who that to you. RG Scott, who that to you. And Debo the God said this is the worst offseason I've ever witnessed.
Oh, I want to get to that. I definitely want to get to that point though, because
And,
we was gonna bring it up, but no, because look, right quick, man. This ain't even the craziest offseason the Saints has had. I mean, like if you look at it last year, there was a lot of crazy things. I just think in terms of bad, this is going to affect the Saints season because it's about suspensions, injuries and all that stuff. But I mean, as far as like off season, like craziness, I think this ain't even like the craziest we've ever had. But it definitely is going to affect the season this time around.
right. Okay. And I see we got Brian Pearson in the building said who that? Who that to you? We're gonna get into the Michael Thomas comments in a few minutes.
Mm.
Available expertise, shout out to you. Said Robinson didn't win one with us. He was our first draft pick after we won the Super Bowl, though. So it was close. You right on that. That's my
Mm-hmm.
apology. Yeah, he wanted. He wanted. We got him the year after, but he still got a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, the one draft pick we got, man, being the 32nd pick. Hope that happens again, by the way.
Then I see James Lewis Jackson, who that from Mobile, Alabama. Shout out to you. Christopher Favor, shout out to you. Yeah, it was Malcolm Jenkins. That's who it was, the Super Bowl year. Shout out to you, fam. I see Miss Pretty Carly. She couldn't make it tonight. But shout out to the queen of the podcast. She said we taking over this year. We got too much to prove. Varsity will work in our favor with our backs against the wall and all the doubters.
The show, Carly.
Shout out to John Thompson. Who that? And we'll get back to the comment section. But I want you guys to give your thoughts on the Michael Thomas situation. If you don't plan on calling in tonight, we
Oh
want
boy.
to, eager to hear y'all's thoughts. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Really, our best player is possibly, demanding a trade. So, what is your thoughts on that? Is that just rumors? It nothing was really confirmed on that. But, before we get into the trade, let's get on the he put out a tweet saying that one side of the story is basically getting told, he didn't say nothing because he saved the reputation, of I don't know if he means Sean or the training staff. I pretty much think it's the training staff. So what is your thoughts on that? And I give my thoughts after.
The spotlight here. I'm kind of nervous on talking about this because it's like I don't know what is what. I'm not trying to say the wrong thing. I don't know if I can necessarily say the right thing here. But I mean, man, look. Whatever the case is, how I feel about it, bro. It was wrong for Michael Thomas to not, hit the guys up for 3 months. That's where I'm at. I think that's pretty. That's pretty. I mean, it affects the team, man. I mean, you gotta let the team know. Now, what's the problem? I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to sit up here and name what could be bothering Mike, why he didn't get the surgery. But yeah, man. I mean, it's a tough situation. But I want to go further because I still got something to say about these receivers, man. So you know how I feel about that.
Right. But yeah, I mean, for us to start off, I know that he did say when the season ended, the only reason he came back was to fight for Drew, to get another ring. So he I'm not sure if he knew he needed surgery then, but whatever the case was with that, he said he decided to come back instead of setting out the season because he was trying to fight for Drew, to help him get a ring. Now that's something we do know that's done came from Mike. So does that have something to do with it? I don't know, but I know that was probably the start of it. But then you got the start of the off season. So where do you go from there? Now that goal wasn't accomplished, with getting Drew a ring, what now? So I don't know what happened at that point. But for us him getting traded, for us the dead money and all that, that's definitely gonna hit us real bad with him. But hopefully I don't personally think he wants to get traded, and really nothing was official on that. I just think some people trying to get some clickbaits, but Jeff Duncan, I'm not I'm not saying nothing bad against the stuff. I respect him. For him coming out with the story, was the Saints kind of pushing him to put that story out? I'm not sure. I do know that he just joined the Tom Cocoon again. I think they done some kind of they done like a little job wipeout or something a year or two ago, and he was one of the guys that had to leave. But I know he just got back, and then this rumor comes out, and I mean he the one that was behind this rumor. It's just hard for me. It's hard for me to believe that he didn't have no conversation with them for 3 months. Why they was hitting them up. Now, I mean, I really, it's hard for me to believe. I don't know. Mike hasn't came out and confirmed that or not. But I just know on Jeff Duncan's behalf, he just got his job back, or he back at the Tampa Coons again. So could that have been an overreaction or more added to that just to kind of
Ooh,
get his name booming again? I don't know. Like I said, we all really don't know because we hadn't heard from Mike's side. We just know that Sean said, he should have got it earlier and he'll leave it at that. But, hopefully the situation gets fixed. And what you about to get into, definitely don't want this to occur, because we're really going to be asked out. We're going to be asked out if, this, trade happens. And we're going to get into the CJ Henderson stuff later. Mike shouldn't be included in that. I think we can put some other scenarios in for CJ Henderson.
I mean,
If we really
it's not
get
it's not impossible that they can trade him this season, but I mean, I think it's kind of unlikely, given the cap situation and stuff, man. So we'll see.
right. So yeah, man, I know Jameis, and Taysom would love for Michael to be here, but it is what it is. The players I think the players kind of know what's up. I mean, he played with Marshawn at Ohio State. I mean, he tight with his, teammates. So, I seen rumors and stuff about, he doing his teammates a disservice. But I really don't think so. I mean, I think his relationship with the teammates is good. They know, you know, more about the situation than we do. But for him to put that out, he basically, saying that he didn't say his side of the story. He could have said something that would have damaged, the Saints side, far as the injury go. And honestly, they probably forced Mike to. Now thinking about it, they probably forced Mike to come back, just to help Breeze out. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mike wanted to do that as well, but the Saints are probably, pushing him to come back too, instead of just getting surgery then. If he needs surgery, let him get it then. But we'll never know until Mike say his side. But let's get into some of these comments, WD, before you hit on what you was gonna hit on. Debo the God said Mike was our offense so many times. I don't care how mad fans are. Mike is a top 3 receiver. Facts. I don't want to lose him. He F around and go off somewhere else. My soul gonna hurt. My soul gonna hurt too, fam.
And I mean, I know what people are going to say. You can't get too attached to players. It's a business. There's always things happening behind the scenes. Yeah, I feel you right there. Like, I feel like fans shouldn't be saying nothing, crazy or outlandish and making players, like, well, damn, these say, like, look at all these comments I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to damage, you know, you don't want to damage something that's already in where people are in bad terms. So that's the
Right.
way I see it. So I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? Like the fans, they gotta calm it down a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are jokes. There's jokes, and then there's sometimes where fans they go overboard and say things they probably shouldn't say because you can't forget that this man was just not the offensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't behind the scenes. You don't know everything that happened. Like I said, you gotta, like you said, CB, you gotta know Michael Thomas' side, and of course you gotta look at both sides. Then make a comment, but don't say nothing crazy, man.
Right. And they threw up some numbers on NFL Network through the first 5 seasons of his career. And let's note that this fifth year, wait, he got his contract. So he done played five. This past season was his fifth season or sixth season. This it had to be his fifth season. Oh, he hadn't been in the league 6 seasons. I think
Yeah,
this was his fifth season. But
it was definitely his fifth.
yeah, so throughout the first 5 seasons, he in front of Randy Moss, Isaac Bruce. They had a lot of Hall of Famers. Isaac Bruce, all the Jerry Rice, all of them. He's ahead of them with the most receiving yards through the first 5 seasons. So I mean that just kind of tell what pace he's on, and that's what the majority of his seasons, catching intermediate passes. Imagine when he, you know, able to run the full route tree, which he will be able to do. So he gonna get even better. So that's what I'm saying. We just need to hold the brakes. And some fans was doing the same thing with AK, when he was hurt, the year before last.
Yeah, yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, we need to think about stuff, but just before we hop on the train. Because we already know social media gonna hype stuff up to the next level. It may not even be that serious on both of their ends, as serious as social media putting it. I know Mike came out, and said that, but obviously what if it was that serious on Mike's end, he would have came out and said his side. But obviously he didn't. So I mean, like I said, we just gotta play it out. And I see Craftford said rumor Saints aren't in a position to take a $32 million cap hit in 2021 on the trade. Next year, maybe.
Correct.
Facts. And shout out to you, Craftford. John Thompson, he said if Michael Thomas doesn't want to be here, he should let the team know straight up.
Thanks. Y'all
Facts.
hitting in the comment section, man. I like it.
And Jerry Paul said MT not going nowhere. Nah, I don't think he is either. Let me read 2 more comments and then we
I mean,
can.
I hope not. The way we was laughing at Julio Jones being gone, man. I mean, not that he was a problem versus us, but just the fact that it made Atlanta fans sad.
Right. Inevitable expertise said, I'm not surprised with that MT drama. He's Keyshawn's nephew. I don't know how to respond. I don't think I know Keyshawn was kind of a drama queen too. I'm not calling Mike no drama queen. I don't know where people get that from because he don't even be active
It,
like on social media.
they just talking about social media. That's all he talking about.
Oh,
Cause I mean, like on the field, you don't even like we rarely even seeing him like he'll flex on the field, but like you don't see him like talking crazy and just want to fight everybody and all this crap on the field.
right.
But on social media, that's what people. That's the thing, man. People they just consume so much social media, and he always judging people about it.
All right, we can read one more comment with the Mike situation. Raging Cajun, shout out to you. Said Mike T got that drama with him. I'd like to know what his side of the story is. Probably had something to do with 2020. He shouldn't have played late in the season. Yeah, I agree with the second half of that. About it had something to do with last season. He shouldn't have played. Yeah, I mean, if he was hurt, I mean, I know, and I'm pretty sure people knew that was Drew's last year. So, Mike, you know how much he showed love for Drew, how much he loved him. So, you know, if anything, he should have got more respect from the front office, for doing that. But like I said, we don't know. That's where I'm gonna leave it at. I'm not going to assume nothing.
Hey Jerry, remember to keep it rated R, man, not X.
Oh man. So yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens with that situation. So we can go ahead and go to training camp. No, no,
Oh
no,
no!
no.
Oh no! 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 No!
Yeah,
No!
yeah.
No!
Go
No!
ahead, go
Yeah!
ahead.
Yeah! 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 So y'all know that this man wasn't even hitting y'all up, man. Not saying a damn word about if he was gonna get his surgery or not. What happened to the receiver, man? That comment that Shine made, like when he said there are more pressing needs than that position, which is the receiving position. Do y'all see what I'm saying? No, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. You lost Emmanuel Sanders. You telling me receiver wasn't a high priority? I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. It's too. I feel like they're relying on too much potential, man. It's too much. Okay, it's a bunch of undrafted guys who does have potential, but and I get it. Sean Payton, he's an offensive guru. We've had top offense with him almost every season, if not every season. But at the same time, bro, he got to get off that. Oh, I can make everybody into gold, man. It's like that's why I can't even take camp so serious now. I can't take camp serious, man. Like, look, I believe Ken Crowley. I believe he improved in some way, but I'm not about to sit up here and believe that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got it going on like this. I feel like the receiving core ain't enough. I'm not saying it'll be horrible, but it's I don't think it's enough. And I think it's setting up these quarterbacks, whoever it is, Taysom, Jameis. I feel like it's setting them up for failure, bro. It
If
just
this,
ain't.
if,
They're not doing enough, bro. They need to be drafting polished receivers, or get them in free agency. I just don't understand it. That's all I'm saying, man. Bro. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You'll say D tackle, you'll say cornerback, the number 2 cornerback spot, man. That's where we need. That's where we have needs, right? I'm just gonna say, man, I don't think the defense is gonna be as bad as what people think it's gonna be. I actually think the defense is what's gonna the team, hold the team and keep things down. I think it's the receiving core that's gonna hold this team back. Now that's not to say that quarterback play ain't gonna be important because obviously it comes down to quarterback play too. But I'm just saying, bro, it's time to start holding Shine and company accountable because they not doing enough at the receiving position. Y'all
yeah,
remember Emmanuel Butler? Y'all remember Emmanuel Butler? Y'all remember Centavius Jones? The guys that was, oh, they was camp beasts. And then when it came to the field, man, when it came to the stadium, it didn't translate.
right. And I know people look at the situation, well, we done been down Mike and stuff. This is not Drew Brees we got out there. If this was Drew Brees coming in with this group of receivers, he could have made it work. Because he just know how to find receivers and he can put the ball dead on. But we dealing with a quarterback competition. And both of the guys, they had their ups and their downs. Breeze really, the only thing you could say about Breeze at the end of his career was, his arm strength. And really that it affected the team late in the playoffs, but I'm saying just far as a quarterback period, he was still being effective and efficient. You really can't have that same mindset like, okay, we've been down our star receivers, or we've been down Mike and Butler, because both of them was out at one point last season. Sanders had COVID. Yeah, Mike was out. But you can't look at it like that. We got a QB competition going on. If Jameis was really like that, if they was really sold on Jameis, he would be, it wouldn't even be no competition. Or they could just be doing it, just to give Taysom his solid. But we won't get into much of that. But I'm just saying, if one of these guys had the pinpoint accuracy like Breeze, we wouldn't even be having no competition right now. So we got a bunch of potential guys, that we gotta deal with, and hopefully they break off. That's what we gotta rely on. One of these guys, to breaking off. Hopefully Callaway steps up. We're getting into more of that. Callaway, Deontay, all these guys, Lil Jordan, all the receivers. We hopefully, they can step up. But still, like you saying, WD, it shouldn't be at this point. Not at the receiver position. If you look around the whole league, every NFL team has one, for the most part. Mostly you have your number one receiver, and you have a solid number two.
Exactly.
Maybe like besides like the Jets, or you had your few, trash squads where you don't have. But even, like in Cincinnati, they got a first round draft pick, Jamar Chase, and then they got some
Mm-hmm.
other pieces to go. I mean, you got
T
that number one,
Higgins,
number
T
two.
Higgins, man, come on, T
Yeah.
Higgins. Like these teams are drafting receivers every year. And if not, they're taking a shot in free agency, doing something, man. You just waiting for a. And look, I didn't forget about Warren Baker, people. I didn't forget about him. I'm just saying, man. But like, damn, bro, at least make it a high priority. You can't sit up here and say, yeah, I get it. Like I said, cornerback, D tackle, but you cannot rule out receiver, and that's what they doing. They ruling
And
it
to
out.
be and to be honest, when Taysom got in, he had Mike. I think he had Mike for. Did he have Mike the whole time? I know he had him one or
He
two
had
of the.
he had Mike the whole time because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
had Mike.
Mike. I mean, they had that connection going, so that's what I'm saying. With Mike ain't gonna be in the equation this time. Whether it's Taysom or Jameis. So it's really, like you said, it's really doing the quarterbacks a disservice. Because you want every quarterback needs their number one receiver at some
Mm-hmm.
point. You go to the
And
tight
look,
end position.
and
Adam
look, you
Troutman does show potential.
man, look you, and look, Trequan, he's hurt right now, correct? Deontay might be serving a suspension. Even those guys, Marcus Callaway, Deontay Harris, these are guys. Oh, Trequan Smith. These are guys that never prove that they can stay healthy at that. So just imagine.
And saying stuff like it's good signs. I saw all the tweets and stuff. It's good signs. Traquan, up and running on the sidelines. But we know he's had a little injury history to him. So, it really ain't no good sign in general, to see that, he's nagging an injury. Like you said, Deontay, knock him out the equation for at least 2 games. So then you got Callaway. You gonna have Traquan, and if he's healthy, and
If
then
he's healthy, you hear what you're saying,
yeah,
right? Just like Callaway. Callaway, he didn't even prove he can stay healthy last season.
right.
This is
So I
terrifying,
mean,
man.
we could have
Terrifying
we
sight.
could have done better. We could have done better at the position. And honestly, looking at Emmanuel Sanders' caps, I don't think that would have been a huge hit if we would have kept. I don't think he had a huge hit on the cap, if I'm not mistaken. So we really could have just utilized him this second year. I would have been fine with him,
Wait,
you
who?
know, and on the squad.
Who?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, I'm just this is what I'm gonna say about him. I already said it before. I think he deserved to be in a better place right now because I feel like we wasted the season. I know that man. He's still ring chase. I think he got a ring or two, but
Yeah.
we wasted his season last season, man. We really did because you know what I'm saying he was that number two receiver we've been looking for who can spread the field, catch short passes, everything, do it all, and we wasted it because we knew about Drew. We wasted it for him, so I feel like he deserved to go to a place like Buffalo.
Right.
But I'm just saying they should have did their part and tried to replace him. And then here you go, you not even getting messages from Mike, and you still ignoring the position altogether. Get out of here. And I see names like what's his name, Jawan Johnson. I think Jawan Johnson. I think they got him at tight end now. And
Yeah.
I mean I don't want to knock the dude down because maybe he got potential too. But I'm just saying, man, like how I'm supposed to get hyped over somebody that got one catch last season. And we gotta see if Trotman make if he make the lead. He's the number one tight end, right? We gotta see if he take the lead. So this is crazy, man.
There's
I'm
no
just saying.
no no veteran tight end, and yeah, I mean, like you said, we don't know if he gonna make that leap. We seen the potential. He was a rookie, so great start, but we don't know how it's gonna if it's gonna continue or not. Somebody like a Mike, Emmanuel Sanders, guys like that has already been polished to an extent. We know what to expect from them. We really don't know what Callaway and all them gonna do. They shown what they can do. In special teams, we know what Deontay Harris gonna bring because he's proven it more than one season.
Yeah, we know he's going to be a deep threat. It's just about for me. It's about them staying on the field and
Mm-hmm.
seeing how they do. How the chemistry comes to life. Because I'm saying without Mike, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Right. And shout out to John Thompson. I missed this comment, fam. You said, are you guys going to have any WDN Chatline 3X shirts in black anytime soon? I will get with Miss Carly on that, but we should have those, ready pretty soon. So just stay on the lookout for that. We'll let you know as soon as we have some available. And shout out to you, fam. And for the ones that don't know, we got t-shirts on the store site. So you guys go, cop you some WDN Chatline t-shirts, and we appreciate the support from you guys. These comments starting to get funny, but okay, let's get into training camp. Training camp. Let's go ahead and start with these injuries. After the Mike T news, then these injuries start piling up. So we're gonna start with Pro Bowl kicker Will Lutz. So this is somebody we could have been relying on if the offense really wasn't hitting on points. If the offense could get us in field goal range, this guy could bail us out. We had good trust, faith in him, even though he had some ups and downs last year. This guy, we believed in him to bail us out. This guy's gone for. I seen something say this could be a 12-week injury. I'm not sure. They
Lord have
had
mercy.
came out with a timetable. Thoughts on that, WD?
We are screwed. No, man. No, really, real talk, man. Cause look, I don't care what nobody say. Look, last season I get he had his down moments, but this is a kicker that we was looking for a long time, and y'all know it was hell, especially those 79 seasons. It was hell looking for a kicker like Lutz. Hey, man, that's huge, man. Especially when you start, when you don't even know what the offense is going to be like as far as quarterback play, we questioning the receivers. You need your points, man. So I just don't know, man. I feel like we're gonna have a better idea in preseason when we start seeing these kicks.
Making sure we don't even know what to expect from the punter as well. I mean, like I said, I got faith in the squad. I'm just saying this is just reality. We don't know what we're going to get from the punter. Bill Maher, that's who we signed. He got a boot on him.
Yikes.
But he wasn't signed, so it's a reason why he wasn't on the squad. If he was really, eating like that as of recently, he would be on the squad right now. So we don't know what we're gonna get from him. So we got a punter, unknown, and a kicker unknown. And then, on the offensive side, we got some unknowns at the receiver position. We don't know if the success gonna continue with them. So, this season is really gonna be, very important starting out. But yeah, far as the training camp goes, yeah, Will Lutz injuries is definitely gonna hurt us. And then if we go to our rookie class, we got Payton Turner that left practice yesterday. Pete Warner, he left practice. I mean, I don't believe he didn't practice today. So this is two rookies. This is our first round draft pick and our second round draft pick, that could possibly miss Friday's game. So these are rookies that I want to see play Saturday night. These are rookies that I want to see play Saturday night. So
I gotta
what
stop
is your
looking at
thoughts
Pete.
on? I'm gonna just go down the list. We talked about Will. You got Peyton Turner didn't practice today. Pete Warner didn't practice today. You got Ty Montgomery that got carted off the field.
Oh
Getting carted
God.
off the field, that's not looking too good.
Mm.
You got Pete. He missed practice yesterday with his back, but he returned, today to practice.
Oh, him? Oh, that ain't surprising. He come and go. He'll be alright. Talking about Andrew Speed, not Pete Warner. Andrew Speed.
So what is your thoughts on us possibly not getting a look at, Peyton Turner or Pete Warner Saturday night?
Well, it ain't the first time it hasn't happened when we haven't seen our rookies play play the first preseason game. I feel like that's been a thing. But I mean, man, look, at this point, injuries happen. You just don't want them to keep happening. Uh, really, I don't know what more I could add to that, CB, because I mean, damn, we really did want to see Pete Warner, especially when you're trying to keep Quan fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't rely on Quan 24/7 with the guy. You know what I'm saying, with his injuries. So really did kind of want to see Pete Warner. At least how he can take that will spot position, man. Um, it's tough, man. Tough situation, man. It ain't the first time we seen it, but hopefully they can get ready for the next game. Hope it ain't long term for any of them. Ty Montgomery, I felt like he was going to be used more as a receiving option, as a third back, but we'll see about him. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, and Ty Montgomery, I mean, he stepped up. He stepped up last season, especially that Panthers game. As a running back, he definitely done some solids for us. We got Devontae Freeman, yes, but he can't line up in the slot and stuff, and be as effective. I don't think he never lined up in the slot. Not Devontae.
Golly.
He a decent pass catcher out the backfield, but yeah, the slot, that's what Tom Montgomery could have helped us out there, which we needed. So it can change things up, if
I
he's
ain't,
out for an extended period of time.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When you say Devontae Freeman, I kind of jumped just now because I'm not used to hearing that name with this team.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I gotta get used to that, bro. That shit just made me look at the screen so quick. And I gotta stop staring at this comment section because y'all be wilding in the comment section.
I see Debo the guy said the Cowboys cut him. I think he's
Yeah,
talking about the kicker.
yeah, he cutting up on he cutting up.
He said he makes 62-yard field goals but misses 35-yard field goals. I saw Cowboy fans bitching about him a lot.
Oh,
So yeah. Man, if that continues, man, we definitely gonna be in some trouble. And I think the kicker is definitely more important now than ever. Now than ever, this is the most important time for us to have Will Lutz, an effective kicker. But we will see. I see we got a super chat. Shout out to Ghostface Griller. Very good supporter of the WDN Chatline podcast. Shout out to you for the $5 donation. Said shout out to you guys. Love the show.
we appreciate that, Ghostface.
Yeah, shout out to you. Crossforce said Saints going to be watching the cuts around the league in a few weeks. This receiver core is worse in the league without Mike.
You're not wrong. He's not wrong. If they're not the worst, they're among until they prove something as a collective unit.
Right. And when they first said that, when they first was mentioning that, I was kind of like, nah, not the worst, but I mean, really thinking about it, without us having, some solid enough game film, by these receivers, we got one season with them, but we don't know if it's gonna continue. So yeah, man, I can't disagree with that until we see can they continue the success they had. But
You remember years ago where Breeze he still had a little arm. He didn't have the emotional the as far as the deep ball go. I'm just saying, but like just a few years ago, I don't know if you remember, but remember when we was complaining about how the receivers wasn't getting enough separation with Brandon Coleman and Brandon Cooks was getting locked down by number one cornerbacks. You
yeah,
remember that?
yeah.
I just hope we don't see that, man.
But the good thing, if that's the case, we're gonna have to get way more vertical. We're gonna have to get way more vertical in the pass game.
Ooh, you know what that sound like? That sound like the O line gonna have to hold up. I think we got to get to that topic right there, CV.
Oh, the offensive line.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, NFL.com they came out with a offensive line ranking, and our offensive line was ranked the best in the league.
Oh, I agree with him, except Pete. Nah, man. But hey, wait, you said the best?
The best offensive line as a whole unit.
Hmm. I mean, look, when it's good, it's great, man. When they look good, bro, they look like the best. So I mean, it's really hard to argue with that. It's just that when we got questions at the guard position with Pete, and we got to see how Caesar comes along. I think besides that, I mean, you can call it the best. I don't have no problem with that because we got the best tackles, and McCoy,
Yeah,
he's pretty good. So it really is just the guards, man. It's the guards that can be a bit questionable, especially when it comes to pass protection.
yeah, yeah. It's just basically the guards because McCoy's starting to solidify himself as one of the best centers in the league. I think they done a center ranking and he was number 8 out of 32 out of all the. That's solid for a center.
Mm-hmm.
So he up and coming. So they definitely gonna keep him at center. It's no use in him, getting better at the position. Then you switch, you swapping them out. Unless it's just something atrocious. But then at that, we got J.R. Sweeney. He gonna be the guy that rotates in if somebody not playing good. Which is it's gonna come down to, either Pete staying healthy or Reese, playing well. But yeah, it just come down to the guards. But yeah, I can see that. So let's the standouts. You hit on Karen Crowley. The receiver position is a cause for concern. Until we see more from him. But we go over to the cornerback position. Marshawn is going to be out. boom, for a few games. We just had P. Rob. They just announced his retirement. They had him opposite Marshawn Lattimore. Boom. So now we gotta feel our cornerback spots so when Marshawn gone, because it's good that he gonna get the suspension at the start of the season. So we need somebody to be a number one and number two corner. The way it's looking right now is, Adebo gonna get his shot. But what everybody is running the hype train about is Ken Crowley. So WD, what is your thoughts on the Ken Crowley hype train? Is you tired of seeing stuff like this?
Mm,
I'm
I
tired
mean,
of seeing this shit with Crowley, but you can get your thoughts on that. I'm
hey,
tired of
look,
seeing.
I did say that I have questions with the receivers. That the receivers I just don't. I gotta wait and see. But I'm gonna actually give some credit to Ken Crawley. I honestly, look, Ken Crawley is far from one of the worst cornerbacks we had. What's funny? Somebody see some of the comments like that.
No, I'm just laughing at the Ken Crawley name, man.
But no, listen, man. Ken Crawley is far from one of the worst cornerbacks we've had. We've had a lot of bad corners that's a
Hmm.
lot worse than him. But if you remember, Ken Crawley, 2017, he was solid. I wouldn't say he was great. I wouldn't say he outstanding because I remember he gave up some touchdowns and he gave up some passes. He wasn't the greatest, man. The thing with Crowley, though, we got to talk about what was bad about Crowley. At one point, there was a time where Crowley, he wasn't even getting beat deep all the time. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting beat deep. It was him not turning his head at times. It was confidence.
Hmm.
Hey, bro, look, if we looking at the DB coach, man, and we talking about Chris Richard, man, dog, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think Ken Crawley has improved a little bit. I don't think I think he's taking the next step, and I believe that he got his confidence now. Because
That's
when he was playing with confidence that 2017 season, man, he was a okay corner. I would say he's okay. He was okay. But as long as he have that confidence, bro, and you know what I'm saying, his ball skills. Remember, he was lacking ball skills too because he was not turning around for the ball. There was times where he could have had an interception and didn't get one. I believe that Ken Crawley is a better cornerback. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be this shutdown cornerback. I'm not saying that he should be a starter, but could he be a serviceable number two for a few games? I think so.
you know what you made a great point on him turning his head around, and the reason why that comes down to the DB coach. Aaron Glenn was a solid DB coach, but he could have done better with
Yep.
with them and their ball skills, having them turn their head around. And it wasn't just Ken; it was Ken, it was PJ. P. Rob turned his head around, but I know PJ and Ken specifically, they didn't turn their head around and look for the ball, and that was PI after PI calls, and that just come down to coaching right there. You gotta do drills where you making your making your players turn their head around. Do have all kind of drills. If they're not personally turning their heads around and you coaching that to them, you gotta have drills where they constantly doing it so they can
Hey,
get used to doing it. But that's a great point
hey,
because
look,
yeah.
I wanna point out something else. And look, I know it's just one play, and I know the level of competition it was against. In a meaningless game, it was definitely kind of meaningless. But week 17 versus the Panthers last season, PJ Walker was the star. No, I'm sorry, he wasn't a starter, but he came in after Teddy got hurt. And he was playing pretty bad. But you know that play Ken Crawley made? He had got an interception that game, and he made an interception that I was shocked that he made because, like I said, that his ball skills ain't there. He never really had ball skills, and his head was never in the right position. Bro, he made an interception that was so unlike him. I was like, huh. So, hey, man, I'm just thinking, bro, maybe maybe he's there, man. Like maybe he can be that number two just for a few games.
Right. So yeah, man, the way it's looking, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be him on one side. If he keeps, because I seen a tweet about him making a interception today, and he told Taysom stop trying him. So I guess Taysom was the quarterback when it happened, and he looked at Taysom and said stop trying him. So
Who are these comments?
I seen that, but we'll see. I mean, and with Ken Crowley, was he getting burned? Yes, but and we gotta
Boy, y'all are harsh. God damn.
we got another super chat. Let's get to that super chat. Shout out to Miss Anna. Miss Anna, she's been a faithful listener, supporter of the podcast. Shout out to you, Miss Anna, for the $4.99 donation. Shout out to you.
Thank you, Anna.
Crossforce said 2017 was a long time ago, fam. Ken ain't it on those banners. Yeah, I mean, we're not giving him praise like that. We just pointing out, we just pointing out the head location, locating the ball. That was a good bit of the secondary was doing that when the ball was in the air.
Man,
You
I
know, you
think I think I think we explained it well enough. And the thing we probably left off, well, the thing I left off was probably the PIs. The PIs were really bad with Crawley too. That was
hmm
really bad. And again, that was about, not turning his head, just grabbing, panicking, lack of confidence. Really, he used to panic. He wasn't getting beat deep. He was just panicking at times and stuff. He didn't like, what I'm saying? He wasn't running behind a freaking receiver like 3, 4 feet away. You know what I'm saying? He was like in position, but just kept panicking. So I mean, we explained it well enough. I mean, like I said, no, you don't want him starting full time, but for a few games, yeah, I think we can do that. I think it's better than a lot of the options that we have.
right. Okay, well let's go ahead and go to, well, before we get to the preseason game, any more standouts?
Well, first thing before that, CB, I want you to check the messages right quick. But yeah, I got one. Zach Bond. Zach Bond, man. I think Zach Bond. In fact, you know what? I think I gotta apologize to Zach Bond a little bit. Cause I've been saying like, Zach Bond, he's a pass rusher, you know what I'm saying? He should probably be on that D line, or he should be playing the Sam linebacker and just rushing the passer. But I gotta give him a bit of credit because I think he got some off ball skills, man. I think you know what I'm saying, he's getting interceptions, he's getting, pick six. He was actually doing some of that in college, man. But yeah, I mean, bro, I think he can do some things, man. Now I'm not saying he got the craziest sideline to sideline speed, but I think he can come downhill and hit somebody, bro, even at the wheel spot. So I gotta give credit to Zach Bond, man. I think Zach Bond, I would like to see him in preseason. He looks as good this camp, and I'm just ready to see what he can do. Cause I think he can be a baller, man. I'm just saying, like I was just, man, like the fact that we got so many pass rushers, especially on the D line, and then as far as the linebackers go, man, I was like, man, at this point, what did they draft him for? It's like he don't got a spot on the team, but I might be wrong about that.
Right. I see we got Miss Carly in the building. How you doing, Carly?
I'm doing good. How are y'all? I'm loving the show, so I had to hop on. Y'all doing
Great.
good tonight.
Hey, I'm trying. I'm talking a little bit more. I'm trying. It's good to see you, though, Carly. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Right now we talking about the standouts in camp. You know, you probably done heard about Ken Crowley. You know, he being one of the high talks of camp. So, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, it's very possible that this guy could be, you know, our number one or number two corner going into the season. It's highly possible. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not looking forward to it. I don't care. I think with this team, we know they will do stuff in training camp that will not show up on the field come game day.
Mhm.
When you play against your own teammates, it's kind of like you already know what to expect because y'all going through the plays together. But when you put that on the field and they don't show up, then what's the point of getting us hyped for training camp? Like I'm happy that we got some kind of football back, but that's not gonna work at the cornerback position. For that to work, we're gonna have to have our safeties be outstanding. And granted, they pretty much already are, but I'm training camp. When I see videos in training camp, that don't impress me, especially with this group of guys that we have, because it again, most of the time it don't translate on the field when it matters. So I'll just wait to see what's gonna happen with this first preseason game that we got coming up on Saturday, and then I'll get a better understanding of what this team is gonna look like. Like training camp just give me, bits and pieces and not the full transcript. So it ain't too much I can say because I'm really hard on them. I'm really hard on our guys, y'all.
Oh, I love it though because at the same time, that's basically what we were saying. Like you just want to see it translate on the field. We
Yeah,
always heard about these camp warriors, you know.
right.
So that's why I'm saying I'm ready for preseason, man. All this, look, I get it. Like there's some good nuggets from interviews. There's some good plays in at camp. But at the end of the day, I won't see it when everybody is giving it the 100%. You know. So that's what I'm waiting for.
All right. And WD, this was for you right here.
Hey, look, hey, that scared the shit out of me. I thought this person was tracking my IP address. I didn't know what the hell he was trying to tell me, but I got it, man. I guess he's telling me facts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, because I was scared as hell.
And Craftsford said, "Do we really want Ken Crowley on those banners versus Lazard versus Lazard week one versus Green Bay? Hell no, we don't, fam. I know I don't. Hell no.
Hey, I will say it though, bro. Now look, if Ken does start and he balls, don't forget about what I said. Cause I do believe he got a little bit of improvement in there. I really do believe it. I don't want to see him full time though. I mean, unless he start doing some stuff. I wasn't expecting like playing shut out, like shutting down receivers and stuff. Then that's a whole different story. But yeah, I think I would be fine with him seeing him for a few games if it comes down to that.
I mean, with the way things looking with Marshawn, we might not have a choice.
Hey, look, I'd rather that than seeing PJ, getting beat off the line. But I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. But yeah.
And I think, well, we gotta think about Prince. I don't know how Prince. I hadn't really heard too
Oh
much about
Lord.
him. I know he a vet. I ain't heard too much from him, but just say it if it's Ken and Adebo. I
He's a
don't.
vet.
You say what?
He's a vet, but I mean Prince, man, Prince have had his fair share of injuries. I mean not injuries, issues too, man. Like he was, he was a solid corner at one point, but
Hmm.
man, listen.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't heard nothing, much about him making no plays or anything really. I just seen that he changed his number to 21 after PJ retired.
I think
But
he's a fourth or fifth string guy, man, at this point.
but I will say this: just say if it's Ken and the Debo, I think they gon' let Ken, guard the best receivers. I would want that. I wouldn't throw the full fire on Debo, especially him going up against Devontae Adams, week one.
It depends, CB. I don't want to see Ken Crowley going against speed neither. So, like, yeah, I mean, a bigger receiver, like, yeah, I'm fine with that. But like a one who can, who's shifty, yeah, I kind of don't want to see that. But
Yeah. And he had his first share against Julio at one point. I think it was one game, and then after that he got on him again, and it wasn't looking good.
no, you're talking about the 2016 season, correct?
Yeah,
That
for the
second
seven.
game, he didn't even play. Ken Crawley didn't play. He shut him. Now I know we lost both games. Our defense was still pretty bad, but Ken Crawley, he played well against Julio. Now, given Julio, he was a bit injured that first game. That second game, Ken Crawley, he got injured himself, and I think he was put on IR at the end of the season. That was the last game of the season, so I think he was like done. But I don't think that was ever really a time Ken Crawley faced him again. Maybe that 2018 game when if you remember PJ, he got beat by Kelvin Ridley 3 times, and they threw Crowley in there. That was probably the only other time. But in 2017, we know about 2017. He wasn't out there at that time. So
Right. And shout out to Elites Goods LLC. I've been seeing your comments. Shout out to you. You said we coming. You got the angry face. Crashford said I completely agree with Carly. Spot on. And I see a new name in here, Abby Celestine. Shout out to you, Abby. Said welcome to Crowley Island. All jokes aside, I'm glad to see Crowley is stepping up. That's the Chris Richard effect. And you could be right on with Cam Crowley. I just know my view of him. It was just he had some PI issues, but when that ball went up in the air and quarterbacks knew that, that's why they just do like a little 20-yard fade just to
yeah,
get the PI call.
yeah, and he'll, what I'm saying, he would get mossed. But the thing about it is he wasn't never really getting beat. Like he wasn't running behind the receivers, which
Yeah, it
was
wasn't no PJ. PJ was getting beat off the ball.
he
Brendan
threw,
Brown, I'm talking about,
yeah.
1-2 step, boom, he out the play already.
Yo, I
Yeah.
ain't even been on this. I haven't even been on this podcast for 10 minutes, and we just been talking bad about PJ Williams.
No,
Why
look,
did we
hey,
keep
look,
this man around?
hey, look. I was like, I ain't gonna talk. When I said that, I was like, I ain't gonna mention this time. See, you just threw him right out there.
Like everything y'all saying now, y'all just bringing back memories from the past, and I just can't seem to put my finger on why PJ is still on this team.
Hey, look, you know what? He ain't a cornerback right now. He's a free
You
snake. I mean,
sure?
he's a free
You
safety.
you
He's a free
sure?
safety. Huh?
He a free
You
safety.
sure? Will this retirement put him back on the outside?
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's still in question. We don't know
It
yet.
sure is. It sure is.
Can we please get Henderson over here, please?
Let's we can hit on that, and then we can talk about this preseason. What y'all think we'll make a move for that? Really don't have too much to say on that. I mean, until the move happened.
Wait. Oh, you talking about Henderson?
Yeah, they saying we interested in CJ Henderson, but I really don't like to say too much on it until it happened, especially
Well,
a
I
trade.
mean, first thing you gotta look at the problem. Like, I was asking if he was good. I know he was the number one projected corner. I forgot which year. Was it last season or was it the year before last
I
season?
think it was 19.
19.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. Like I said, I know he was projected as number one. He was pretty good in college. And people say don't trust Florida guys, man. I mean, CD, he's a beast, but and
At this
Brian.
point, we can use another Chauncey Gardner and somebody else, dog. A free
Hmm.
15 yards.
Yeah, but I don't want to turn away from the problem. I think he had like some mental health issues, but hey, look, I would take I look. I think he would work well with Lattimore and like Carly said, CD. I think this would be good for him, and I think it will work out for the Saints. So I would do it. It's just about the cost too.
Right.
Will they? I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm not going to say no. I don't think they will because I don't think he's gonna. I don't think I don't think he's gonna. They're gonna ask for what a first round or second round. I think they could get him for maybe a fourth. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be no first or second. Maybe a third, but I don't think we will be crazy to give a first or second for. Like I said, he's solid, but he I don't put him in the top 10. I don't. I think he fall like in the 11 to 15 range. But I CJ Henderson, when I'm thinking of top 10 corners, his name don't come up. And I may be wrong. I just know in Jacksonville, it really wasn't too much, sparkling, on that defensive side. I mean, but he's solid. Definitely had a hell of a career, college career. But yeah, but beyond the first and second, if it's a third on down, I'll be fine with that. But people talking about Mike Thomas, Mike Mike Thomas shouldn't be included in nothing, especially for no CJ Henderson. I mean, sometimes we gotta cut it out. And like I said, CJ Henderson is very solid. Very will be a great number two. But throwing Mike in there, like, come on now. It ain't nothing like that. You talking about you throw Mike in there like for a Jalen Ramsey type. That's like equal value that you getting.
It depends too, though. I mean, like, look, Michael Thomas, he was hurt for what 9 games. I think he missed 9 games or something like that, and now he's hurt. So it's like I don't think when you say Jalen, somebody like Jalen Ramsey, I don't know. They might, some teams they go like, I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, if it was a situation where Jalen was up for
Pure
you know
junk.
Look, man, I kind of wanted to see don't pull up that Congo. We've been on that man case, man.
I would, but this preseason game, who y'all think gonna stand out? What's the expectations for this game? I think it's gonna be. I think if Pete Warner don't play or Peyton Turner, that's gonna be crucial because I'm really eager to see how they gonna
Adebo,
play.
Adebo,
Adebo,
yeah.
Y'all going I don't even know the man name who I'm trying to talk about, y'all, but
Oh,
the quarterback, not Jameis, not Taysom Hill, but that third
Ian
stringer.
Book, Ian Book.
Ian Book, right there. That's who I'm going with.
Yeah, Ian just don't hit no cheerleaders, man.
do y'all think he'll get a lot of playing time even in this preseason
I do.
if they
I
trying to do this if they trying to do this competition, they Taysom and James need a lot of reps.
I get that. I get that, but at the same time, I feel like we already know what Jameis and Taysom can do, and I think that by not giving them so many reps, it leads when the season comes up, it leads to a surprise as to who's going to be the actual starter.
Well, here's the problem that I have. I don't think we're gonna have that many receivers left for Ian Book. But nah, now thinking about it, they're gonna have a lot of guys out there. I'm saying like the receivers, like a lot of those guys gonna be out there the whole time.
Yeah.
So they ready.
Hey, Debo. Fam, I ain't gonna think about it either, man.
I ain't going
Feel
into no
you,
depression about it.
Shit, detach y'all emotions.
man. Wow. But let's let's open this phone line up right quick. I said we're gonna open the phone line up. to take a few callers. So I'm about to put the link in the comment section.
What time is the game for? I keep seeing it, but I don't see a time by it.
The game on Saturday.
Yes.
I think I seen 7.
PM?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
6 p.m. Central.
Well, yeah, 6 p.m. Central. So it'll be 7 Eastern time. So I'll put the link in the comment section. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes. Y'all want to call in, give us your thoughts on either Mike Thomas situation, training camp news, whatever that's on y'all's mind regarding all of this news that just came our way.
Remember, Jerry, keep it rated R, not X.
I have a topic that I want to hit on real quick while we're waiting for
Let's
a
go.
caller.
Let's go.
Have y'all noticed we haven't the spot that we haven't really been talking about is the tight end position? Like, why haven't nobody been mentioning
Adam Trotman.
Why hasn't nobody just the tight end position is just as huge on the offensive side as the wide receiver? We've been so focused on Michael Thomas that we haven't even discussed, not us on the podcast. I'm talking about the Saints world. You know who's going to be our number 1 and number 2 tight end?
I mean, we know who's going to be number 1 is Adam Trotman. It's just a question about if he takes the leap or not. Because I mean, he has a lot of potential. I like him. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see him take that leap. Now, as far as the second tight end, I guess is the guy we picked up from Denver, Nick. I might be saying his name wrong. Nick Vanette. Did I say his name right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got your third tight end, who I think is Juwan Johnson, or is it somebody else?
Oh wow!
I've done a film segment on Nick Vanette, and the most we getting out of that is just some good blocking.
She said, "Oh wow."
Yeah, I done a film segment on Vanette, and all year we just getting some good blocking.
I hate I even brought up the position after that one.
Debo said we weak everywhere. God damn.
Mm-hmm. I started scratching my head like a crackhead. That made my scalp itch.
But okay, we got the OG Jerry Poor in the building. Jerry Poor, what's good with you, fam? What's your thoughts on all this is going on?
Jerry, you froze, man.
Jerry always come on the podcast froze. Jerry, what's happening, baby?
Yeah, you kind of freezing up there, Jerry.
Hey, what's up?
We hear you.
I'm here now.
We see you. You're kind of freezing up, but we hear you.
Hello?
So it's tripping, man, but I'm gonna try.
It's freezing.
Why you get things set up, fam? I'm gonna put the link back in the comment section. You guys, please click on, give us your thoughts. You good, Jerry?
Devo say I'm sitting listening to the show playing funeral music in the bed. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, I get it, Sean Payton. Like,
Debo owning the night.
Look, hey, I get our offense have been good like so many times, man. But like, offense is looking kind of scary, dog. I'm talking about in a bad way. But go ahead, Jerry. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, WD. I understand, man. Look, Debo own the night. I think you own the night better than me. No, man. Now everything what y'all was talking about tonight. I'm just ready for Saturday.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you on that one.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm just ready for Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. With all this stuff with training camp and with the whole Michael Thomas situation, the media is still dissing. Look, I'm just ready for Saturday.
I feel you. We all eager for that, fam. Cause that's it's just we're gonna start seeing the door open up and seeing, do we got some dogs or do we, got something else? So, that's really gonna start showing us that, it's gonna we're gonna get an answer from that. Do we got some dogs or do we don't?
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
That's
Jerry.
right,
So I got a
CB.
question for you.
And
I got a
WD,
question
don't
for you,
worry.
Jerry.
And WD, don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna try to keep it as rated R as I can.
Oh yeah, well I mean, man, you be taking the next step, man. I mean, damn, I feel you, dog. This team can piss you off, I feel you, bro. But damn, but man, I want to ask you, man, the
What you
player,
understand?
what's the top player you what's the most wait, hold on, let me think about this one. All right, so which player are you most interested to see coming in this preseason? I think Jerry done froze up on us again, man.
Yeah, Jerry, you breaking up, fam.
They
Yeah, Jerry, we're gonna go to the next caller and while Jerry get his stuff together. So we got the host of the Black and Gold podcast, Who That Davis in the building. What's good with you,
Yo,
fam?
CB, WD,
What's
my
up, man?
boys, what's up? Yo, I saw Crowley was here, but I wanted to give a shout out to Carly, but apparently she up and left. So, Carly, if you ever see this, what's going on with you? I haven't talked to you in a minute. Oh, I hope everything all right with you. I really do. But as far as this week one preseason, the guys I'm looking out for are Jalen Dalton, Jalen McCleskey, Paulson Adebo, and the linebackers of Zach Bond and Pete Warner. Those are my top 5. And yes, most of them are rookies. Because of the fact that the Saints, now that they gutted most of their depth for cap reasons, this 2021 class is going to have to be shades of 17 in terms of in terms of instant production. And when I mean by instant impact, you want to look like Paulson Adebo, or maybe on the Payton Turner once he comes back from that ding up he suffered yesterday. I want to see what these guys can do in certain. And Jalen McCleskey, he has a chance to be an impactful guy on special teams, if not some sprinkle of the offense. With Pete Warner, he's a good will linebacker who can play a little bit of Mike. So you have some flexibility with big O number 20. Now he has a right leg injury, but he will be good to go by week 1 regular season, if not week 3 preseason at the earliest. So a couple of guys there. In terms of Zach Bond, I want to see how he looks now that he's had a full year to get accustomed to playing the weak side linebacker, because it's looking like he's made a couple of plays already in training camp, but he hasn't really put it all together yet. So, and I'm really hoping that these preseason games, when he's being asked to apply what he's learned in real time, can be the thing that Bond needs to get into that next level. 2020 draft class between Troutman. I know Troutman's probably going to ball out. Is a lot of young guys are going to have to step up. That's the main consensus that I'm getting at here. These young guys are going to have to step up a lot sooner than later, and there's no time to show that what you're capable of in preseason games, because at the end of the day, we've taken preseason games for granted. COVID-19 took that away from us last year. When times prior to that, we seen it as no big deal. It was just something for us to just watch until the regular season starts. But we've had guys like Deontay Harris. He made the jump to the active roster because of what he did in preseason games. And if Marquez Callaway had a preseason to work off of, he probably would have been more incorporated into the offense more than he has. So nobody can take preseason games for granted anymore. And I'm sure as hell am not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Feel you on that.
Yeah, and I totally understand what you mean because in 2017 we was looking for about 4 to 5 starters, and guess what? We actually got it because that usually don't happen in the draft. But this is basically almost like the same thing because I mean, like you said, we lost our depth, man. But that is why we cut up on that stream, man, because we wasn't, what I'm saying, we wasn't crazy about some of the picks they made, man. And we know they could have used we wanted them to grab a CB. I mean, they possibly got there with a Debo, but as far as like receiver, D tackle could be Payton Turner. As far as we know, he could be. But I was just looking at the fact that they gotta find a lot of these guys. They gotta be important to the team. You know what I'm saying? It's not like these guys are okay. Like, hey, like you look at Zach Bond. Like, look, man, we got our linebackers with Demario Davis and Quan. You know what I'm saying? We can just stash Zach Bond and hold him off for a year. I feel like we can't do that with none of these players. So it's just very, very critical to see how they do this preseason. And that's why I just can't wait for preseason. I'm so over this camp stuff. I just want to see what's real, man.
Yo, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jalen Dalton has to bring to the table on top of that. He was a guy that was the Saints were very high on last training camp before he suffered I think it was a tricep injury. So it's unfortunate, but he's made a heck of a lot of plays so far. So if he can put it together in the preseason games, then he could be in that rotation going forward. Noah Spence is another guy that probably is going to be on second team. You got Andrew Dowell, who's coming for Chase Hansen. He could be on special teams this year. Based on the he's had like at least one highlight per day since training camp started. So a lot of names we don't know about are making quite the impression so far in training camp that the preseason games could be the thing that they capitalize on, be the cherry on top, so to speak. Very interesting, especially the quarterbacks. I want to see Ian Book. I already know that Winston's probably going to win the job, but I want to see what Ian Book looks like. Because Ian Book's going to be featured in this offense. That's my hot take. Ian Book is too dynamic of a playmaker, not just throwing the ball, but he's able to use his legs as effectively as Taysom Hill can, if not a little bit more so. He has the accuracy downfield, whereas Taysom Hill kind of struggles with that. So what is he going to look like in third and shorts or third and mediums, or maybe even in the red zone? The answers to that will determine how many snaps he gets in certain packages. Like, I really do think that.
Okay.
I'm so ready for this preseason. I'm so ready, man. Like,
that's when the doors start opening up, for seeing what's this training camp. The way this guy was moving during training camp, is it really that, or was it just, a good day of practice? We really started to define that. But Aaron, we want to get your thoughts on this Mike T situation, the recent news. We'll read this comment and then you can get to it. Shout out to RG Scott, said, "We'll be good. We survive all these times without Jimmy Graham. Regardless of the Mike T situation, we'll still survive. Hopefully both parties, MT and management, get their crap together." So what is your thoughts on this latest Mike T news?
The reason why I was dancing just now, you guys must not have seen Twitter yet. Half an hour ago, Charles Robinson reported that this. Listen to this headline. Despite issues in weeks between Saints and wideout Michael Thomas, sources said, and these sources are close to the situation. Sources said that the wideout had a productive meeting with head coach Sean Payton, and the two sides are working to move past their frustrations. The article goes into much more detail about it. So, what this means, the ball is rolling in the right direction. They've already had a really productive talk. They're going to move past it, and I was already advocating for this to happen. Anybody else that's reasonable, that's not advocating for Michael Thomas to be traded to the damn Jaguars for C.J. Henderson, get out of that. That can go out the door. I said from the beginning, do not trade this man. This man is for the team. And Michael Thomas is essential going forward post-Breeze era. If anybody is so suspect on this receiving core, then you don't want to give up your best piece. Just because you believe he's a locker room cancer. Like, everybody is just so quick to judge somebody. Like, they had the same energy with Alvin Kamara. He had a down year due to injury. They were advocating to trade Alvin Kamara to get the maximum value. And what happened after all that? He got paid a 5-year extension, and he had a top 3 running back performance last year. He led the league in total rushing touchdowns. He was top 3 in total scrimmage yards. He was the only running back with 750 plus rushing yards and receiving yards. The only running back. And people were talking about trading that man. Like, get out of here. And now they're doing the same thing with Michael Thomas, a former 2019 Offensive Player of the Year who broke the NFL record for total receptions in the season, had over 1,700 receiving yards. And a good 3/4 of that were not just slants. And they want to talk about trading this man because he had a down year. Everybody quick to want to get rid of their best piece because they're just not on the field whenever they want them on the field. These guys are still people. They go through injury. They are playing a sport that is the most physical outside of hockey, I would say. So these types of things are going to happen. You see, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry at one point. Stephon Diggs had a down year in Minnesota, even though it was an injury, mind you. He still had a down year. And look what he did when he moved to Buffalo. Now that's a whole different situation. So let's not factor too much into that. The fact of the matter is, these high-skilled players, after they have an injury-prone year, they have an even better year once they're back on the field. And Michael Thomas is hungry to get his get back and shut up a lot of doubters. So thank you, Sean Payton, for doing the right thing and getting this ball rolling in the right direction. This man's essential. Anybody who wants to trade him because of this whole situation, offseason with the surgery thing, they're kidding themselves. They really are.
Yeah, like I said earlier, they just consume so much social media. They don't know nothing about behind the scenes. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They don't know what these players deal with and stuff. So all the speculation got to stop, man. Stop saying all this crazy stuff. Stop going so far, man.
I'll tag you guys in the article once I'm finished here. But speaking of finishing up, let me get one more thought out here, and I'll probably get ready for bed, get ready for my next video. But I want to ask you guys something. Between Taysom Hill and Ian Book, not factoring in Jameis Winston, who you believe will be more impactful at the quarterback position, and say not in 2 years from now, and say 2 years from now, once we all figure it out, this whole QB situation, and Ian Book and Taysom Hill are still on the roster, who do you see going forward being the more to be the more valuable quarterback? I know it's a random question, but
That's tough. I mean, you still gotta see him. You still gotta see Ian Book.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a tough question. I can't look. I mean, I feel like if I come up with an answer, if I say Ian Book, man, I mean it's gonna disregard Taysom because you never know. Taysom, he could probably, you know, improve. Like I know
you
people,
can.
you know what I'm saying. Like many people, they're gonna probably just, you know, go away
You
from him
can.
and think he can't improve. So I mean that is really tough, man. I mean, I can't really come with a definite answer right now, man. I just really can't.
You see, I threw this question at y'all because it was thrown at me on Instagram, and uh I tried to dance around the question myself. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it to see what you guys had to say.
Well, you should have saw my reaction just now.
So okay, you and Jameis included in that,
Uh,
or just Taysom and Ian?
the question I got was just about Taysom and Ian. It didn't even it really affected Jameis Winston. Now, if they had factored in Jameis Winston, I would say Jameis if they factored him in.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, you got to go with Taysom right now until Ian Book can, prove on this level, that he can be as effective as he was in college. Yeah,
I figured as much. I don't know why they asked me that. It's so weird. It's so random. I guess they're really high on Ian Book. I guess they're one of the few that want Ian Book to be a starter.
yeah. I hope he get a lot of reps though, because I know Sean was saying that he want to go through this preseason and watch both of them, Jameis and Taysom, play. But I wonder how much of that, because I'm pretty sure I could see it one getting one half and one possibly getting a quarter, and then you had Ian come in the fourth. So I don't know how they'll do that, but
I'm sure to figure it out. One thing is for certain: we all know Trevor Siemian ass is going on the practice squad.
oh yeah, facts.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, get ready for bed. I got some more content to do tomorrow. I'll tag you guys in the article before I go to bed, so look out for it. Good reading, some really encouraging stuff. I'll see y'all later. WDN Chatline Podcast. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll see you guys the next time I'm about.
I appreciate that, fam, for tuning in. Who that?
Who that to you?
Make sure y'all check out the Black and Gold podcast, man.
All right. Okay, and we can take the last call of the night. See 9.85 Wild's Jam. Welcome
What's
to the
going on,
pod. Who
brother?
that?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man.
Let me
Welcome
stop
to the
playing.
WDN Chatline podcast.
Yeah, let me stop playing with y'all. So check it out, man. A lot of these issues that we're going through right now, and I don't understand, and it's not your fault. A lot of people not really pointing fingers. Sean Payton. A lot of he's been getting praise since he came in the league as a head football coach. He's the best coach we've ever had. But at some point, the evil genius is just gone too far. We are so thin at cornerback. Like who? Like I want to ask both of y'all, who gonna be our starter? Like if you can say two names, who's gonna
I'm
be our
gonna say
two
a
starters?
Debo. I'm gonna say a Debo and Crowley. At least until Sean, he comes back, assuming he's gonna be suspended.
And who gonna be our two start wide receivers?
That's the biggest issue for me. I honestly think our cornerbacks is gonna be better than what everybody is expecting.
Cause ain't nobody gonna give us no sympathy, bro. People been waiting for us to lose for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead, Brick. Go ahead, Big Bro.
I'm just saying. I feel you on the receivers. I don't know what they're doing now.
But
It's sad.
I would say this though, right quick. I think we can kind of hide the receiver position just the fact we could be more of a run and pound team, and we got the personnel to do it. Be more of a
We
run
had
and
dudes
pound.
McAllister. We had dudes
Yeah,
we didn't run the ball.
we can do that, and hide the receiver core a little bit. But on the cornerback end, especially starting week one, we going up against the 2020 MVP and A-Rod, and he gonna have Devontae this time.
Ooh, that's
We
that's an
we was going
automatic. That's an automatic
we was
L.
going up
That's an
against
automatic L.
Lazard. We was going up against
And he
Lazard
cooked
last
us.
time.
And he cooked us. And he was cooking
Yeah,
Lattimore all game. That boy had like 150 yards. And the whole season after that, dude was hurt. And then when he came back, he didn't do nothing like that. So it's like, Lattimore had an so what season last year too. So I'm not saying that we was like the most perfect team on cornerback. But it's just like, dude. You say we can hide, we can hide the wide receivers. We could hide the wide receivers last year. Like this year, I mean, it's really not found Alvin Kamara because it's really not giving him any kind of room to make any mistakes. And then we're gonna have to start overusing Taysom Hill. What happened?
No, I was gonna say about Kamara. I mean, if you want to keep the dude clean, this ain't helping. You know what I'm saying? If you
They
want
don't
to
use
keep
him
him
like
up
that
running.
as it is. They don't. And what kills me is that Alvin Kamara could have been like. You can use him in so many ways. It's just Sean Payton likes to use him in his little pity pat way. Alvin Kamara can run up the middle, dog. Like y'all acting like it's a porcelain doll. Y'all acting like he's made of china. Like use him. Like you ain't paying him 80 mil for nothing. Dude having six
Oh,
touchdowns games and stuff. I'm like, come on, bro.
oh man, I can tell you right now that third Bucks game, the playoffs. Man, Kamara
Hmm.
was running. He was starting to run down their throat, and he just went away from it.
But then they stopped it.
Exactly. They ran away from it, and that's when Jared Cook fumbled that ball, and that's what pissed me off. So I already know how you
So
feel, bro.
that's so my biggest fear is that Sean Payton has whole reign over everything, bro, and it's to the point to where this team is ruined. We're gonna really miss Drew Brees this season. I'm not talking about the pop going, the super soaker arm, none of that. It's just the professionalism, dog. We got dudes getting locked up, suspended for smoking weed year after year. It's like, come on, bro. We're a championship franchise, and we have players getting ticky-tacky suspensions, gun charges, weed charges, DUIs. Like, at some point, it has to start going to the front office, bro. Some accountability. Bill Belichick would have traded Mike Thomas let me think of the worst team in the NFL. He's trading him. Second round pick. He out of here. That's why I can respect Bill Belichick because that dude, he got a strong arm hold on his franchise. And one thing you're not gonna see is all these dudes getting locked up, getting weed charges. It's not happening. You can't come to practice with that. So eventually, we gotta start pointing fingers at Sean Payton, dog. He up in the evil genius laboratory, but eventually, we gotta start looking at him some type of way, dog. We love him, but he has to start having some accountability. In the Mike Thomas situation, bro, I really believe that this was built up over last year. It just didn't happen 3 months ago. This happened all last year. Mike Thomas was not happy with the team all last year, bro. It was something. I don't know if y'all paid attention to his demeanor, but he just wasn't the usual Mike Thomas. It wasn't even about his injury, dog. It was just the camaraderie. It didn't even feel like he was on the team last year.
Yeah, I mean, don't
Y'all
forget about
agree?
the fight with CGJ. You can't forget about that.
Right,
And
but you know what? So hold on. So can you kind of go back to that issue? Do you think like he feel like the team didn't have his back in that situation like they should?
maybe.
And maybe that affected him as well because over time these NFL players, believe it or not, they millionaires, but they sensitive millionaires, bro. And this stuff
Mhm.
starts to weigh on them.
right.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
believe that was the start. I believe that was the start of it. That was the
hmm
start of it, and they said they had some words going back and forth after the incident with you know,
Right.
with Sean and Mike, and then that's why he got suspended. Because they were saying what got him suspended was what he was saying to the
Right. He
coaches
didn't he
there.
then yeah, he
It
cussed out
wasn't
one of the
just
coaches that
Mike.
back last year. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it
And you
wasn't
know they just
necessarily
paid him 100 mil. They just paid
yeah.
him 100 mil, but you got a whole second, third round of punching him in the face. Like that does not happen. Superstars do not get punched in the face. Who? That's like LeBron getting, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the bench players that's in the G League coming up to LeBron and spitting in his face. Nigga, you gone. You out of here. I don't care how talented you are. You know, so we got to start holding accountability, bro. I honestly believe it'll be a miracle and a wish and a prayer that we make the playoffs, dog. This team is too gutted. It's too gutted. Alvin Kamara gonna have to put up 25 touchdowns. He's gonna have to be our top wide receiver. It's like, and then it's we kind of in a position where we gonna have to start Jameis Winston because Taysom Hill is he's too intricate as far as a offensive skill player. He's
I
better.
mean,
I think he's more proven as a wide receiver and a tight end than the ones we had.
and the fact we are
Facts.
lacking weapons, we're gonna have to use him as a receiver. So I mean, and
Mm,
then you look at that, man. I mean, look for Taysom, Michael Thomas was a safety blanket. He's a safety blanket for any
right,
quarterback. So to not have him,
right.
man, that's why I keep
And the
questioning
Saints,
people. Like,
man,
do y'all really want to see
you
Taysom
questioning
play this
why
guy?
people saying trade him? You know what, dog? I kind of get sick of some of these fans we have because they fell weather, bro. When you have an all-pro wide receiver, which we haven't had since 2006, and Joe Horn 2005, four since Joe Horn, and you finally get one as a second round gem, and this to go out and ball hard every time. One thing about Mike Thomas that I know we could be down by 40 points, that boy gonna go hard. He
Mm-hmm.
gonna go hard. He hurt, ankle broken, all that stuff. You know, he's gonna try to get that slant, whatever, you know, that come up and down, come back. He's gonna try to get it and make something start working. We don't have them dogs in the locker room. He's one of them dogs, bro. He got,
Exactly.
you know, he feisty. He's a
Yep.
leader. You know,
Yeah.
he shows he's more of a he's not vocal, but he shows more with his play, and then he gets other players. You know, if you ever see people get touchdowns, he's the first one to congratulate.
Yep.
Mike Thomas
Yep.
didn't have one touchdown all year, bro, and I seen him in the end zone celebrating with
Yep.
people all season, bro. Saints fans,
Yep.
y'all need to widen up, bro. Y'all did the same thing with Alvin Kamara last year.
Mm.
AK is like the top 3 running back in the league the last 4 years. But y'all want to trade him? Y'all really think that they
Right.
build Mike Thomas's and Alvin Kamara in the 4th and 5th round every year? Don't happen like that, bro. Appreciate y'all for having me up here, man.
Oh yeah, man. It was good to have you.
Yeah, no problem, fam. Who that to you?
Who that, bro?
Man, we got some truth going on in this podcast, man.
Fast. I see Tron Bailey said we're not being negative. We're not being negative at all. You hadn't seen none of us um have a predictive record. We none of us came on here and said we going 3-14.
I tell you what, man. Look. And
We just
I know,
being real.
I know what he said. Like he said, that he'll be shocked if this is a playoff team. Basically calling a season before it even happens. Look, I mean, this off season, like I said, it might not be the craziest, but it's pretty bad, and it is a lot to overcome. If we do overcome, yeah, Sean Payton, he definitely deserves Coach of the Year with all this going on. But I mean, it's a lot to go overcome. I mean, it's a lot, man. So I can't say that I'm too optimistic and believe that this team is just gonna dominate. You know what I'm saying? And the schedule ain't that easy either. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, how am I supposed to feel confident when you don't even take the receiver position so seriously? When you making comments like, "Oh, there are so many pressing needs in this position." I don't get that. Like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Our quarterback spot, I mean, it's up for grabs, right? Out of Taysom and Jameis. And yet we don't even know who our number 1, 2 should be. I mean, we got a bit of an idea, but it's not conclusive. So I mean, yeah, bro, it's a lot to overcome. And the thing about it is, us as fans, there are times where you can be very pessimistic. You can be overly positive at that too. But we got to start thinking like there's just some things that happen on the team where some things are the truth, and you can't run from reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can be very, very optimistic. You can be very, very pessimistic. But at the end of the day, it comes with some truth. Some of that comes with some truth.
That's facts. Gotta be real and honest. You can't sugarcoat. But
Hmm.
if Callaway continues what he done last year, hell yeah, that's gonna be great for us.
But he would
Deontay,
have to. But he would have to. He wouldn't
yeah,
only have to continue. He would have to improve. He can
right,
improve by staying healthy. He can
right,
improve by staying healthy, and look, that's saying him being a number one, a potential number one. So he would have to improve. Everybody would have to improve. Everybody that showed a little flash here and there, showed some potential, they would have to improve.
right.
That's just the truth, bro. And you can't just come up out of thin air and say, "Oh, these guys are going to dominate." That's optimistic talk. And I'm not saying you can't be optimistic, but you can't sit up here and call somebody negative because at the same time you're being overly positive. People can be skeptical. Nothing ain't wrong with being skeptical. Because right now the Saints are looking pretty skeptical. We just gotta wait and see.
You got a whole bunch of what ifs. We don't know how the kicker. We I'm saying, especially with being skeptical at the receiver position. Just say if we get us a nice little pass and get us in field goal range, we not even sure, you know, what percentage this kicker gonna give us on, making a field goal. We don't know.
Yeah.
Debo stated earlier in the comments he got cut by the Cowboys, so that's what the last of him was getting cut by a team. So I said we just gotta wait and see, but definitely ain't being negative at all. Just gotta be real and honest. But one name we left out was Chris Poole. We don't know if will they throw him on the outside. Now that
Oh, Brian Poole, Brian Poole.
well, I say Chris Poole, Brian Poole.
Yeah, I ain't know who the hell you talking about Chris Hogan too. You mix Hogan and Poole. But no, hell no, CB.
You
Hell
think they're
no.
gonna keep him in the slot?
Hell yeah. Listen, that's like throwing PJ out on our. Well, you know what? Maybe that's pretty harsh.
But okay,
That's
but
like
you
that's like throwing I don't know a watered down CGJ on the outside, if you will. Like you, this guy, he plays good in the slot. That don't mean throw him in the outside. I think
yeah.
they put keeping him at slot, you know, so just in case, like look, they made P Rob a full time outside cornerback, and Lord, that means with him retiring, that means that PJ is probably going to be out playing on the outside. I think that's why they got somebody like Brian Poole, just for CGJ to I don't know play strong safety if he needs to play strong safety, for another guy to play outside cornerback, just like it was supposed to be P Rob, but now it might be PJ. So yeah, right. It was just it was for to be flexible, I would say. But I don't see Brian Poole being an outside cornerback. I don't think it's their best interest to do that unless you want another disaster. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why sign Brian Poole when you can just sign an outside cornerback? Fuck, if you desperate enough to have Brian Poole as a outside cornerback when he plays good in the slot, hell, you may as well take a chance on one of these. Can't say a top tier one cornerback. Hell no, not on the market, but
Mm-hmm.
at least somebody that started before on our side. So yeah, I don't see that happening, CB.
Okay. Well, that about wrap things up. Want to give a shout out to the chat. I see Jerry Jerry said he giving a shout out to us. Yeah, Jerry, man, we know you the OG. You know, in the comment section, you know, we understand your internet problems, fam.
Yeah, it's all
It's
good,
all
Jerry, man.
good. So yeah, shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate you all for tuning in. So WD, you got any final thoughts?
I want to say shout out to the chat. I want to say shout out to the callers. I know Jerry, the internet man, it was going up and down, but man, it's all good, bro. You know we love to hear you, bro. Had some very very good callers though. I mean, good
Mm-hmm.
talk. I felt like some truth was definitely spoken here. We definitely got to start holding Sean Payton accountable. We have to. I mean, dog, this receiving core is ridiculous, bro.
It's no use
Um,
of looking pissed in interviews. It's no
yeah,
use to that.
yeah, man. I mean, like you knew this guy wasn't answering. You know, he wasn't reaching out or anything, and you just gonna let that position sit. I know you needed help at cornerback, but how serious are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, hell, we'll see how Payton turns out, but you drafted him in the first round. How desperate were you for a cornerback? Yeah, so I mean, look, man. At the end of the day, he's going to be upset, and I mean, a coach should be upset, but at the same time, he got to start looking at himself and questioning if he's doing right. I know you're an offensive guru, but you know what will help an offensive guru out? A polished receiver.
Facts.
Just saying, man. Especially when you lost your first two. One of them for a few weeks.
Right. Well, once again, you know, shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Saw some new names in the building. And once again, man, y'all, you know, listeners makes the show go. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
love the comments. We love the, you know, humor in the comments, and you know, we just gotta wait. Saturday is gonna be real interesting. You know, looking forward to that, and we will start seeing, you know, who really, you know, got that dog in them and who really don't. You know, so that'll start deciphering things. You know, a lot of this training camp speculation, all of that, you know, is gonna get put to bed Saturday. You know, we're gonna see who got it, who don't. So as far as the content, WD just put out a highlight video of Marcus Williams. So you guys please go check that out if you haven't already. Fire video. And shout out to WD, man. He, you know, holding it down with these highlight videos. And tomorrow, not sure what time. It's gonna probably be kind of early in the afternoon, but I'll say it'll be before 5. It'll be before 4 o'clock Central Time PM. So I will open up the Madden series, and this is going to run from, you know, starting tomorrow all the way until as far as we go in the season, where they go to the Super Bowl. So once a week, I will get on and play out upcoming opponent for the week. So we got the Ravens on Saturday. So you know, I'll be going up against the Baltimore Ravens. You guys, please tune in. The ones that know about the Mad series, y'all know, you know, how live it be in there. So I'm looking forward to having a good time with you guys. So please tune in for that. I almost say between 2 and 4 Central. I apologize for the time. I just got a lot going on, so I don't know when I'm gonna have that availability to, you know, get it done. But be on the lookout between 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time. You know, that's when I'm gonna, you know, start the live man streaming. If you miss it, please go check it out. So if we have anything else, if we don't,
Yeah, just
this
please like and share and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, man, look, the last episode got 600 views, man. We want this podcast to keep rolling. We've been doing this for 2 years now. So all the newcomers, man, please like the video, share it if you have to already. We just trying to grow, you know. Keep hitting us up, man. We here to have fun, but at the same time, we gotta speak the truth too.
right. So this is the WDN Chatline podcast. See you guys tomorrow between 2 and 4 Central Time. This is the WDN Chatline podcast. We out. Who that?
For life.